everyone can show, and I would be shocked if they didn't, everyone can show a really impressive demo. I think that the step that I would highly recommend anyone evaluating a vendor take is to ask for that POC. So get them your real world data, get them call transcripts, and see, can they build an agent that is relevant, that can actually tackle some of the intents that you're hoping to tackle with your AI agent. And again, look at the speed at which they deliver that. So if you're getting call transcripts over, if you're getting your training data over, it's a good test to see how that partnership will work in reality. So how quickly can they turn that agent around? To your point, if you're giving feedback, so you're seeing those changes immediately, can they automatically score that? I think that's part of the platform versus point solution conversation that we were having before. If you're just working with a vendor who only does AI agents and doesn't have the AQA to complement that, you're really missing out on that component of it, to be able to go through and say, okay, we can automatically score and analyze 100% of your interactions, whether they're human agent or virtual agent or AI agent interactions, but you don't have to go stitch that together with another vendor. You can do that with one partner. And so I would say, if you're checking boxes, it's, can I pass you your data? Can you turn around an AI agent for me very quickly? If I'm testing that, one, do you come back to me with recommendations on how to optimize so that you know what you're doing, coach that? And then two, when you give that vendor feedback, are they able to implement it quickly? And on top of that, do they have a full platform? Do they have the ability to go and score 100% of your interactions? Can they use that data to constantly train and improve the model and the agents over time? And I think if we're looking at how to evaluate, I would say you really have to be able to check those boxes. And it's a great way to test, is it the right partner to move forward with from an implementation standpoint?
Yeah, I was most excited to get to this because there's not enough individual emphasis on all of the disciplines required to operate an agent safely. And every company buying an AI agent is at risk of doing something that it would really never let any engineering team do, which is ship it to production without a really completed testing and a monitoring discipline. You look at the simulation, evaluation, and observability. Those are the three pillars here, I'd say. The simulation is really just the test harness, where you recreate historical calls and you generate all these synthetic scenarios before the customer ever hears an agent. So you're listening and looking for the interruptions and various. You create accents, voice accents that are potentially hard for another agent to hear, and angry callers and policy exceptions and missing information and tool failures. All these ambiguous requests are necessary to create this full simulation as a precursor to this, and that's the testing harness. And then really the evaluation area is the gate. So any kind of prompt change, model change, and workflow updates and knowledge updates, they should be graded against a fixed rubric before it even ships. That's really critical. And why that rubric matters is it lets you kind of answer if the agent got better or if it was just better because it was simply different. So finally, it's the observability. That's what runs in production. So realistically, a transcript, I think it's really important to say, a transcript will tell you what was actually said on a call, but a trace actually tells you why. So every turn, every retrieval, every tool call, the handoffs, the errors, the latency events, all of that is properly tracked, and it's really critical to understand those failures and why they happened. And then at the end of it, you close the loop. So every production failure becomes a failure test case, and every approved correction is evaluated before it turns to production. So the three things I would ask any kind of vendor to show me here is show me the test set that was created, what broke the last time anyone made a change to the system, and then I want to show a reconstruction of one conversation that I choose. I want to see the turn-by-turn tool call by tool at any given time. But then if they also can't name the scenarios they're testing against, then they're just randomly testing, and it's not value. So if they say nothing broke, that's a good way to say nothing was being measured. So that's really the kind of the proof layer.